and tell me what is the name of the object you are working on? Wow, Abby. Sugar skulls. And what holiday do the sugar skulls coincide with? Yes. Day of the Dead. And what countries celebrate Day of the Dead? Kayla?
Mexico.
Mexico and other Latin countries. So are the sugar skulls scary and mean and dark? No, they're bright and colorful. So if we look up on the bulletin board of all the list of elements and principles, what element are we using in our sugar skulls? Mia.
Oh, element.
Which element are we using, Mia?
Line.
Line. We're definitely using line. Caleb.
Value. Form.
Form, because we've made a shape. I would say shape before form. Yes, Cole? We are definitely using color. Color is probably our most important element here because we want them to be bright and colorful. It is a celebration of life. Okay, it's not scary Halloween. Okay, so now let's talk about what principle, look at the principles. What principle are we developing by using those elements? Madison. Balance. Balance is the main principle here. So yesterday we talked about how we make something balanced. How do we do that? What's that word? What's that word we're using to create balance? I was kind of hoping somebody else might raise their hand that hasn't answered. Nathan.
Symmetrical.
Symmetrical. What does symmetrical mean, Nathan? It's even on both sides. Exactly. What's it called if it's not even on both sides? Wyatt. Asymmetrical. You guys are doing a great job. I put it up there on the board. One more thing, one more vocabulary term. What is it called when we do the process of rubbing or pushing to get that ink or that graphite onto the other side? What's that process called, Haley? Burnishing. And we use burnishing in lots of different art forms. You guys are doing a great job. I'm already seeing great symmetry, great use of line. Colored pencils are in the middle of your table. Share them. These are the good ones. Let's share them. I'm going to come around and see what we've got going on. Let's see. These are looking so good. Really good. I see Willie is working on his half. Yes, ma'am. Let me pull up the example for you. Will that help? Okay. There's our example. Flowers, vines, use of line. Good use of line. Oh, I like that. No, you didn't mess up. That was good. Very creative. Madison, can I see yours? Can I share yours? So you can see Madison has a lot of line. She is really utilizing the space and doing all different types of line. Be inspired. Be inspired by her work. Lots of different lines. She's keeping it very symmetrical. Looks good. Keep going, Madison. Good job. I like it. I think I saw somebody in the earlier class, they actually put braces on their sugar skull. That was a good idea. Different, clever. use of color. Very good use of color. Looking good. I like how Dominic is flipping over and back over. He's checking to make sure his burnishing process is working, and he's making adjustments. That's the way to do it. Keep flipping back and forth. You're the artist. You're the designer. You make good decisions. Yes, Nathan.
I'm using raw sneakers, eyebrows.
Oh, that's a great idea. Just make sure it happens as a mirror image. Yep. Good. Do you have to use mirror image in color? You don't have to, but it might help. You don't have to, but it might really help keep it looking symmetrical. It still looks symmetrical, Caleb. It still looks good. If you do finish early, please make sure all your sketchbook assignments are completed in your sketchbook. You have two. You have your design of your dollar bill, which needs to be completed with color and 3 symbols and a key of what they represent. And you also need to have your recycling poster completed with color in your sketchbook. Make sure both of those are done. Just make sure you bring it, because I'm gonna grade you on those. I'm gonna scoop those sketchbooks up and start grading those here real soon. Who called me? I think I've got some black ones back here. I'll distribute them. You might need to sharpen. Yeah, there might not be black in there. So I will distribute a black one. Who else needs a black colored pencil? You do have one?
Oh wait, no, never mind.
All right, here's an extra. Extra. Good, keep going. Oh, I like the hat. Kayla put a hat on him. What sort of things did they use to decorate their sugar skulls? Who can raise your hand and tell me that? Matthew. Feathers and flowers? Feathers and flowers. What else did they decorate their skulls with?
Tiny little hat.
They used some little hats, yeah.
And they also did some of these swirls around them. Swirls.
They definitely painted lines on there. What else did they attach to the skulls? Lindsay.
Well, they had
Glitter and jewels. What else, Cole? Candy. Candy. Good, 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 good. Yes.
confetti.
Confetti, that's a good idea. I think I would probably glue anything I possibly could to it to make it colorful and make it stand out. Yes, Nathan? What for? You can use that. With the burnishing, you don't have to use a pencil for the burnishing. You can use any blunt object to push that lead down to the other side. You want something better? Is that what you did, or? Okay, good. Yes, Caleb? All right, let's see. Let's add some more color to that. Add some more. You do? Let's see. Is it this one? Yeah, add some color to it. Add some color to your recycling poster. All right, you don't have to bear down so hard anymore. Some of these are developing great personalities. Some of your sugar skulls have a personality, exactly. I know, that's why I was like, ah! Yeah, you can peel your number off if you want, if it's driving you crazy. It There's one in front of you. You may peel that number off. I'm not using those anymore right now. Extra free.
She was like, ew, what did you
Apron, or are you good?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're good? Okay. Let me know what you need. I see, Willies. Great use of line, Willie. I can't wait to see you flip it over and do the mirror image of it. Great job. Nice flowers for eyes. I like that. Everybody's is really creative. Good effort. Very good. Ready to flip them over and do the varnishing? Wow, you look so good. You are doing such a good job. Do you like it? Yes. Very creative. I like the outline that you did of your skull. Very different. Very different. Keep going. Make it happy.
Oh man.
Okay. So if you finish all of your sketchbook assignments, you can just redraw. You can do another skull or a vase if you want. You want to do a vase? All right, I'll give you the template. Yes.
Oh, that looks cool.
Okay. Well, you're gonna need to get another one. Was that one you brought from home?
No, this is my sketchbook.
Right, but did I say it here? See that guy sticking out there? Yep. You want to push down with your brush, with your glue mixture. You want to push down and make sure you're getting it nice and smooth. Trayvon, that piece is so big. So what would you do? Rip it, tear it, make it fit for you. Make it the size that you need. Good. That's looking nice and smooth. Yes. Well, that's a big piece, so it's going to need a lot of glue. Bring your hand down here.
I need to do my
Bring your hand down closer to the brush. Bring your hand to here, where I'm pointing. Now, see how you have a little bit more control? And you can push a little harder to smooth it out. Exactly. Right, keep working. We still have a good, at least 10 or 11 minutes to work. All right, bring your hand closer down to your brush. Yep, yep. Okay, so we've covered our mask in the foil, gotten it as tight as I possibly can, and this is going to get messy. So it's okay if your hands get messy, that's going to happen. It's just glue and water, that's all. It's not going to dry on you quickly. So the first thing you do is you're going to take your brush. Don't hold your brush back here. You definitely want to hold it close down here so you have more control and you can push down and smooth out your paper mache strips. So we've cut up all of these awesome pieces of paper mache. If you grab a piece and it's too long, just tear it in half, that's okay. Oop, whoops, that's okay. So to start, get some of the mixture on your brush. Do a little bit of that so it doesn't make a big trail of dripping. We want to try to conserve this glue water mixture. Put your brush right on here. Take your first piece, lay it on, and go right over top of it. So you can see how I'm pushing down. See how the brush flattens a little bit? You want to do that. Don't do this. That's not going to work, okay? Get your hand down here and give it some pressure. Take your time. Longer, smooth strokes like this work better. Look, it's already on there nice and smooth, okay? So then I just take another piece, and the beginning process does move sort of fast. You know, you can go like this. Make sure it's been completely covered with the mixture and there's not a dry spot. You can tell if there's a dry spot because it's newspaper. We know what it looks like when it's wet. So I've got that piece down pretty good, right? Does that look smooth? Mm-hmm. Looks like I got it. Should I move on to the next one? Yes, okay. So now I'm gonna start to go in maybe the opposite direction. Maybe this way. Same thing. Sort of a crisscross pattern or a plus pattern, a little bit of back and forth. Now here I am down in this eye part. So I'm pushing down to get it to stay down in there. And I've got this little ripple right here. Gotta push that down, push that down. Let's go over here.
Now I've got a really big piece for this bumpy area, so I really better make sure, whoops, I forgot to do this. Really better make sure that it gets on here and it doesn't have any bumps. See how every time I go like that, that keeps it from making this drip trail from here to here. And that means more glue that I have. Okay, so this is kind of funky. See what's happening? How am I gonna get that smooth on there? Pressure, or maybe I'll tear it and start with a smaller piece. Let's see how that works. Oh, there we go. Look, it's starting to stick down there. That's good. And here, push it down with a little bit. I don't want too much pressure because I might break the foil. Look, that's going in there. Nice. So I'm going to go back over it in the opposite direction. Sort of a crisscross pattern back and forth, and that will get rid of any bumps that start to occur, okay? And I will definitely come around and help you out and see where you are. Make sure you only use one thin piece at a time. Don't double them up. Do not double them up. So, how many layers do you think I need to do?
4.
Good, you remembered, good. 4 layers of newspaper, and then how many layers of the brown paper towel? 2. And that will be after you do your 4 layers. I'm not sure if you're gonna get to all of your layers today, so at the end of the class, you gotta remember where you were. This guy, I'll just keep going. This one's too long, I'm gonna cut it in half. It's just too long, it's too much to work with. It's way too much to work with. I'm just gonna keep going in that crisscross pattern as best I can. Smoothing out, that is our goal here, is to have a smooth mask with our eyes sort of dented in. Anybody have any questions or anything they want to add? Everything seemed pretty easy. Paper mache, pretty easy, as long as you take your time, apply some pressure, don't rip your foil. Okay.